What's up, guys? It's your channel, TFD, back with another video. The demand for Caitlin Clark is off the charts, and WNBA teams are already making big moves to prepare for 2025. This is changing everything, and it's absolutely glorious. Let's get into it. Let's go! Let's talk about some things WNBA teams are doing this coming season with regard to Caitlin Clark. It's really kind of interesting. We have multiple announcements, but all follow a similar pattern. First, now, this one isn't actually another WNBA team, but I think it makes a point. We got the Indiana Fever playing the Brazilian national team right at the University of Iowa. That is right. Caitlin Clark is going back to University of Iowa to play a game under her retired jersey, and also the Chicago Sky and Angel Reese playing at LSU. Now, Fever at Iowa, those tickets sold out in under an hour. Here it says 40 minutes. I saw somewhere 42 minutes. But very, very quickly, let's just put it at that. Reseller, $568 to $210 per ticket. The Sky at LSU, as you can see here. And I think this was this morning when I saw this, so it might be a little different, but 62% still available. Ticket prices. I saw where someone else put you to get them for $28. Here you can see $20 to $60. Huge difference in the motion of these two players. Now, keep in mind this is not an Angel Reese story, okay? I'm not here to be negative about Angel Reese, because it is not just this. I want to make a point about the WNBA and Caitlin Clark with regard to this type of stuff, because we also get this right here. It is the same thing. We have star power goes crazy. WNBA fans buzz over Caitlin Clark's preseason game tickets, selling for nearly 20 times Angel Reese's Sky games. And again, sold out in less than an hour, while plenty of tickets available for this. And I think I have the right thing. I think there was something I wanted to show you down here. Yeah, see, here we go. All 15,000 tickets in under 45 minutes. The cheapest to get in the door now is priced at $545. Still plenty of tickets left for the Sky game, $28 a ticket. Now, there is more, right? There is more to this. Now it's Chicago Sky again, but now we'll have another one that isn't. But again, the point being, the Chicago Sky are moving their home games against the Indiana Fever from their 10,387-seat Wintrust Arena to the Bulls House that Jordan built. 20,917-seat United Center games, now being played in the largest arena in the NBA. If you remember last year when they were going to Chicago and Caitlin Clark was asked about it, and she said, "I don't understand why we're not playing in the United Center, because she knows her fans will travel, her fans will buy tickets. They won't just go on social media to defend their influencer, even though they don't watch games."
I'm pretty sure the only people that view this as a rivalry is all of you. Like, for us, like, it's just a game of basketball. Like, that's what it is, and if it's gonna help move the game forward, absolutely. Like, that's amazing. That's what it should be. Like, people could talk about it. I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, like, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade. But we're excited, you know, one game at a time.
And yes, I apologize because I said it's not about Angel Reese, and it really isn't, because we're going to get into another one after this. But first, I want to take a moment to talk about the fans in this situation. Look at this. This is what we're getting. If you can attend these Chicago Sky games, please do. The Fever fans are the absolute worst in the league last year, as far as how they act in Chicago. Please, if you can show up and show out. So here you have a Sky fan smearing the Indiana Fever fans and begging Sky fans to show up because they know the reason this was moved was because of Caitlin Clark, and they don't want that last year on Barbie night, which is a whole arena cheering for Caitlin Clark. It is interesting that the games being moved are the Indiana Fever. I wonder why that is. I will be there at my 22 jersey, and I can't wait, and we get a lot of that stuff. You all need to worry less about Fever fans and more about it getting a new graphic design. But anyway, what's really funny, I won't get into it too much, but I reposted this because as you saw, they always lock them down when they do this stuff, and this person, I made a comment about the Fever. I made a comment about this. Fever fans are the absolute worst in the league. Said, and of course, I said, well, that's simply not true, and we know it. And I did say, well, I will give you, it is true that these young girls cheering for Caitlin Clark. Sound of that cheering is terrifying and ominous to non-Fever fans. She came back, responded to me that if you sit next to the visitors coming locker room coming out, they're throwing racial slurs, blah, blah, all this nonsense. And then, of course, she blocked me. And as we know in this day and age, if that were happening at a basketball game with thousands of people, that a whole bunch of fans were yelling out racial slurs, you would have video. We all know you would have video, right? It's a complete and total lie, and this is what they're still doing. So brace yourselves, because they are not accepting what is happening, and that is that Caitlin Clark is building the WNBA on her back, right? And then we got to do it this largest arena in the NBA. Incredible move for women's basketball. Let's pack the Madhouse Chicago. And again, as we know, if it's moved for Chicago, then it would just be a permanent move. It wouldn't be the Indiana Fever games. And again, see another one lock it down, because they always lock it down. It's the same thing. It's Caitlin Clark. It's Caitlin Clark. It's Caitlin Clark. They move the game solely for Caitlin. By the way, 100%. And of course, then we have someone that has to make it racial, have to put him in there, because that's who supports Caitlin Clark, apparently. So if y'all are hoping it was going to let up, it is not going to let up in 2025. It simply is not. It's a shame that it's not, but that's the way it is, Reese Effect. Olaf G, and this person has to be blocked. But again, not about Angel Reese. That is about Chicago, and that is about the fans. Because then we also have this, hey, look, the 2 regular season games with the Indiana Fever have been moved. And this is a really important one, as we'll see in some of the comments, have some shame. Right at GNAB, 90% Fever fans. See you there, you'll take the money, but won't give respect. And that's what I want to get to ask Sheila. Why only move in the Fever game to bigger arenas and not when you play everyone else? And this is all about pay attention to their actions, pay attention to their actions. Remember Renee Montgomery, Atlanta Dream owner, said they not like us, right, bashing the Fever fans, but she'll move to a bigger arena to take your money. Washington Mystics owner babbling on this nonsense about how everyone in the WNBA should be on the cover time for an award that goes to a single person because feelings might get hurt. I don't recall her coming out when an Asia Wilson just got her Time magazine cover. But again, as we see here, that Washington Mystics owner happy to change the 2 Indiana Fever games to a bigger location in order to take your money. And I think we have this one. And I just want to say, because I want to be fair. They are also moving a Chicago Sky game. And I believe Angel Reese is from the area, and Asia Wilson game. Although we have 2 things in play here, the Washington Mystics regular home only seats 4,200, which really that should be if the WNBA has any kind of success at all before Caitlin Clark. And without Caitlin Clark, they should be playing in a bigger arena anyway. But where Caitlin is playing seats 14,000, Eagle Bank Arena seats 10, why not just move to Chicago and Aces games to CFG Bank Arena? The 14,000, by the way, yes. What is it, Cap? Is it? Yeah, Capital One, right? Capital One Arena. That's watched as the NBA one. Apparently, it's not being moved to. That because it's the summer is the only time that really doesn't have anything regular going on. So I think there are repairs happening this summer for that arena. And that's why it's not being moved to the, 19,000 or so a seat arena where they played the Mystics last year. And then I think I had one to my point again. And this is what drives me crazy. And I just posted this. And again, this is about the fans, the Angel Reese fans. Okay. This isn't about Angel Reese, though I know it might seem that way at first. The real issue I've been running into lately is with some of the fans. And let's be real, they're not basketball fans. They're Angel Reese fans. Again, this isn't a knock on Angel herself. I'm talking about her fan base. They support Angel Reese, the influencer. Angel Reese, the celebrity. But when it comes to Angel Reese, the basketball player, they don't show up. Look at the latest unrivaled numbers from Monday. Miss Laces pulled in 180,000 viewers. Terrible numbers. But Rose Phantom? Only 150,000. That's a 177% difference. And this isn't a one-time thing. Time and time again, I've seen doubleheaders where the game featuring Angel's team gets significantly lower numbers. Sure, there have been times when numbers were close or Rose Phantom had a slight edge. But when you listen to how her fans talk, you'd think she's a ratings machine. The reality? They don't tune in. They don't watch the games. They don't buy tickets. If they did, the WNBA would be in a much better place. And maybe, just maybe, that interest would start spreading across the entire league. Instead, the WNBA remains completely dependent on Caitlin Clark. Just look at the numbers. Caitlin Clark plays a preseason game against the Brazilian national team in a 15,000-seat arena, and it sells out in under an hour. The Mystics moved both their fever games to a bigger arena. The Sky did the same thing. That's momentum. That's star power. That's what being the face of the league looks like. And the WNBA knows it. Their actions show they know it. But their words? Those tell a different story. The Washington Mystics owner could have just said, Caitlin Clark had an incredible year. She broke records in college, made the WNBA All-Star team, won Rookie of the Year, and was named All-WNBA First Team. She absolutely deserved Athlete of the Year. And the attention she's bringing to the league is helping fans discover all the other talented players in the WNBA. That's how we grow the game. Simple. No drama. No unnecessary shade. No downplaying her impact just to spare someone's feelings. Instead, we get this weird resistance. They don't want to admit what's obvious to everyone. Caitlin Clark is the biggest draw in the WNBA. That's where I'll leave it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.